I laughed at my ex-husband's wife when she called me hysterically because my kids didn't choose to go to Disney with them on Mother's Day. My ex Ryan and I have 3 kids together: Jordan, who's 16, Megan, who's 15, and Lucas, who's 14. We split up when I was pregnant with Lucas because Ryan decided my high-risk pregnancy was a good excuse to cheat on me. Yeah, real classy move there. The divorce was ugly. Ryan's new wife Hannah came into the picture about 4 years later, and from day one she made our kids' lives miserable. One minute she'd be demanding they call her mom, the next she'd be snapping at them for breathing too loud. She was going through fertility issues and basically took it out on my kids like it was their fault she couldn't get pregnant. We ended up back in court multiple times because of her behavior. The judge actually warned them 3 separate times about trying to force the kids to call her mom, saying it was alienation. They had to take parenting classes too. My kids were in therapy for years dealing with Hannah's emotional dumping about her IVF struggles and how she deserved to be their real mom. Last year, all 3 kids were finally old enough to choose their custody schedule. They went from spending every other week with Ryan to just 1 weekend a month. That should tell you everything about how much they enjoyed being there. So yesterday, Mother's Day, Ryan calls me up asking if the kids can come to Disney with them and their 2 little ones. I asked my kids and they all said absolutely not without even thinking about it. I told Ryan their answer and hung up when he started yelling. Then around 3 p.m., my phone rings from some random number. It's Hannah, sobbing so hard I could barely understand her. She's going on about how the kids are supposed to be there because they're her kids too, and how she's their mom, and Disney isn't the same without them. The whole thing was so ridiculous I just started laughing. I mean, what did she expect after years of treating my kids like they were problems she had to solve? I hung up on her, but then the texts started. Dozens of them from both her and Ryan about how heartless I am and how I should be grateful she loves my kids so much. Ryan even had the nerve to text me this morning saying I was being unfair to someone who just wants to be a good stepmom. Here's the thing though, my kids remember everything. They remember Hannah telling Jordan he was selfish for not wanting to share his room with their baby. They remember her screaming at Megan for not being excited enough about becoming a big sister. They remember Lucas coming home crying because she told him he should be grateful to have a mom who actually wanted him around, unlike his real mom, who probably wished he was never born. Yeah, I said that last part made me see red. I called Ryan immediately and told him if his wife ever spoke to my son like that again, we'd be back in court. That was 2 years ago, and honestly, things never got better. The funniest part is that Hannah acts shocked every time the kids choose not to come over. Like she genuinely can't figure out why 3 teenagers don't want to spend time with someone who made their childhood hell. She's created this fantasy where she's the victim, and I'm somehow brainwashing my kids against her. But my kids are smart. They see through her fake tears and manipulation. When Jordan turned 16, he told me he was done pretending to like her just to keep the peace. Megan said she felt bad for Hannah's biological kids because they'll have to grow up with someone so unstable. And Lucas, my youngest, just shrugs and says he's happier at home. So when Hannah called me crying about Disney, I laughed because it was either that or Scream. This woman spent years making my children miserable, and now she wants sympathy because they won't play Happy Family with her? The audacity was honestly impressive. Ryan keeps texting me about how I'm ruining their family time and how the kids need to learn respect. But respect goes both ways, and Hannah burned that bridge years ago when she decided my kids were obstacles instead of people with feelings. The best part is that my kids had a great Mother's Day with me. We went to the movies, got ice cream, and just hung out without any drama. No one was demanding they call anyone mom or guilting them about not being grateful enough. Just a normal, peaceful day.